What the? What the heck? Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it is on. How's everybody doing tonight? This is the random diorama, random craft and chill, randomness tea drinking stream. Gonna be doing some painting of all these desks I have right here. I've been working on these. Going about this a little different than I have been on some of the other stuff I've been making. Instead of putting it all together first, I'm trying to have some parts separate and painting them separately. So we'll see how that works. And let me just go ahead and get the link shared out. All right. Fat Red Foo says, "Evening random." Evening, buddy. How you doing? You're like in every stream now, Fat Red Foo. Like every stream I go to, you're in there. Oh yeah, this is where I'm going. I'm learning. Yeah, no, that's cool. Nice layout for Deadpool. Yeah, I wish I had more room. I have so many consoles and parts now. I could really lay out a big, big setup. But I just don't have enough room. Maybe I'll figure something out. I could put the camera on the other side of the room and put like a board down or something. All right, let me get my phone here and do this Instagram part. Eldor, how you doing, Eldor? Eldor live from Eternia right now, everybody. It's quite a good internet connection he gets from there. Okay. All right, there we go. Got notified. It's so fast, dude. It's crazy. You type it, it almost feels like the second that I hit the button. Which is just wild to me. All right, so why don't I... Is this in Zoom? I feel like it's zoomed in. No, it's not. So what am I going to be painting? Am I going to be painting stuff either red or gray? That's what we got. Going to be painting stuff red or going to be painting stuff gray? You could take a peek here. You can see we got all these desks. And the way I'm doing this is I'm doing these top pieces kind of like this. It's going to be a little different. I'm going to go a little bit more different with the buttons. I have to make these monitors. Those aren't done yet, but I have all these top bits. And I figured it's always a pain in the butt to paint like right in the crack here underneath where the gray meets the red. So I'm going to try and paint them separate. Then we'll see how that goes. Maybe it'll be worth the trouble, maybe it won't be. I can already tell, like I had one of them come out with a little bit of a... see, like when it was drying... There, I'm holding this out. When it was drying, it kind of dried unevenly. So I'll have to sand it or something to get it to sit flush on the table. But it's a trial and error kind of thing. We'll see how it works. Axion, Ed, how you doing, man? Nice to see you here. Last week, some people were like, "Hey, where's Axion? Where's Axion?" And then, everyone was like, "Oh, he was on that brick something stream for like 5 hours or something that day." I was like, "Man, you gotta give the guy a break, you know? You can only do so much." David Jones, how you doing, David? Thanks for stopping by. All right, I think we're gonna paint stuff gray. I think that's what we're gonna do. Deep gray. The old Craftsmark deep gray. Yeah, no kidding, man. Duffman, I don't know the measurements for anything. Are you kidding me? Measurements? So when I do a batch like this, I do measure things, but it may change as I'm going along. What I try to do is I try to get everything relative. So if the tabletop is not working out or it's a little crooked or something, I'll take all 10 of them down to the same relative measurement. So they'll all be the same relative to each other, but as far as like an absolute what the actual measurement is, yeah, it's not always clear cut. Yes, Duffman, I know you were kind of kidding. Precision and accuracy. I actually took a woodshop safety class the other day. I joined this place where I could use all their tools, and they have a nice wood shop there, and we had to go through a little safety course. And I was actually thinking about Duffman a little bit because, you know, the guy teaching it was talking about measurements and how when you run things through the planer, you only a quarter turn or a half turn, and you know, I get up there and I can't remember what the heck I'm doing, especially with people around. I get distracted, but that was interesting. Wood's kind of a little bit more forgiving. Metal is like, you know, everything breaks if you have anything off a little bit. Okay. Paint stuff. Yep, painting stuff gray. Swivel chairs coming soon. I could never make the same thing twice. I don't measure shit either. Yeah, I've gotten better at being able to replicate what I made before, but a lot of that also is caliper. Oh my goodness, the caliper is wonderful. I use this thing constantly to check the sizes of stuff, and then I can very easily replicate it when I need another piece of similar size on a hot wire cutter. Also for thickness of wood and stuff for when I'm using my laser cutter now. For instance, this giant popsicle stick, nice cheap source of wood for console and controller bits. You can see all the little cutouts right here, and what I did was I cut some pieces out and had it score some patterns on this big piece of wood, and then I took some of those patterns and had it cut it out of other pieces of wood so I could layer them and then glue it together into this little control thing. So I'm starting to think about, you know, layering the model with the wood a little bit more, and that's kind of cool because, you know, I can just paint a piece of foam in the back, like put a little green bit and then just glue that on there, and then you'll see the green where the controls were, and you just paint this separately. Now the only thing about this stuff is the wood will kind of like bend a little bit when you paint it sometimes. Just depends. Briscoe, how you doing, Briscoe? Greetings. Alpha Proto, is it a stencil? Oh, it's layers, I see. Yeah, man, it's not. It's a laser cut. But yeah, once I started thinking about it, I was like, oh yeah, I can just move the shapes over, duplicate them, have some engrave and some cut. And also, like, all of these are also in, like, the outline is drawn on the wood, so it's easy to line up exactly where you want it already. So not only do you have the piece cut out, but you also have an outline to line it up when you glue it. So that's pretty handy. Nice idea. Yeah, Axion. I think that's gonna be useful. Yo, what's up? What a funk. What's going on, man? What a funk. You guys had a fun karaoke stream yesterday. I thought that was funny, man. When I sent that Limp Bizkit request in, Grizz looked so freaking relieved to not have to sing like another Celine Dion song or something. It was pretty funny. But you guys are great sports with doing that kind of stuff for sure. 1/1,000,000th of a centimeter is microscopic. You can't see it with the naked eye. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. What do they call those things? Duffman, what do they call those things? Those little metal gauges you carry around. They get really, really thin. I can't remember. I mean, obviously it's not 1/1,000,000th of a centimeter, but it's like little slips of sheet metal in almost like a Swiss Army knife kind of thing. Can't remember. I think I have one downstairs and I still can't remember. Definitely relieved, yeah. He was complaining about, oh, it's always landing on me, it's always landing on me. Then it landed on him anyway for that one. He didn't say anything. He was like, I'm gonna relieve some of my Celine Dion stress with this anyway. Oh, not the calipers. No, it's not calipers. Dude, Grizz got into that Celine Dion. He really was. Like, I was like, wow, he's feeling that. But, you know, I mean, shoot, I like some of that music. I'm not even gonna lie, from Titanic. I like Enya. You know, like that stuff from Lord of the Rings kind of vibe. I could listen to that. For sure. I have that that one Enya song on one of my playlists on YouTube. What is it? Evening, may it be an evening star or something like that. A set of calipers that cost $3,500. That's okay. Yeah, at that place, that wood shop, the guy was like, you got to make sure you check the dust collection periodically, because, you know, the sawdust will build up and it'll start to back up into the filters. And if the filters get ruined, he said it costs like $14,000 to replace the filters. I mean, it's a Felder, you know, it's a big giant thing. I was like, wow, okay, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Only time. Is this where the cool kids are? I don't know if that's an accurate statement, Aaron, but we're definitely here, and you are more than welcome, sir. Definitely. Okay. Next karaoke stream should be 1940s music. I don't know. That might be kind of difficult. Duffman's dioramas. Yeah, I learned to be a CNC machinist making air conditioners for tanks. Wow, okay. So they have, what is it, a Haas? Haas. They have several, 2 or 3 of those metal machine mills there. I can't use them because I'd have to take some classes before I could touch that stuff. But they have a multicam, wood CNC machine that's like the size of a ping pong table. Also takes some classes before you can touch it. But I might do that. I don't know what the heck I'm going to make with something that big. They have some smaller CNC machines also that would be more than adequate probably for anything that I'm doing. But I don't know, it just seems like something cool to learn. I was thinking learning, if I took the time to learn, like you're saying, the metal CNC machine mill, that's how they make molds for toys. And it's kind of something I'm interested in because the stainless steel molds, and you can make them out of aluminum too, they just don't last as long. The metal molds for injection molding in the toy manufacturing process are ridiculously expensive. And I imagine if you could learn how to make them on your own, which is kind of crazy, that's like a specialized skill, but I don't know, that could probably give you a lot more flexibility in the entire process. I don't want to hurt everyone's ears. Yeah, John, man, I started looking up like the absolute hardest hip-hop songs I could think of, and I was like, this is just going to be mean if I do this. I was looking for the Fushniks? It was Fushniks? I don't know. It's been a long time, but I remember it was like really, really super fast. True Fushnik was the song. And there's like no way you could possibly karaoke that. You would have to practice it over and over again. And that's why I was looking at Naughty by Nature Hip Hop Hooray too, because that's got some fast lyrics in it. Almost put that up, but it was going to be just yeah, that would have been interesting. Haas vertical milling machine. Know that machine inside and out. Same machine that made the wheels on the show. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, John, listen to True Fushnik by the Fushnikins. That song, like, it's crazy the speed that guy raps on that. That's like 90s mid or early 90s hip hop. So Duffman, I know there's different like some machines have like 3-axis, 5-axis. I don't know how much like what's necessary for that. Does that control like the level of detail you can get, or is it more so like a speed you can mill at due to the angle or the depth of the angle of the cut or kind of thing? I'm not exactly sure, but I think they have the 3-axis machines there. I'm not positive though. But yeah, that wood shop, they have 2 sawzalls. So that's the one that, the hot dog saw. If you put your finger in it, it shoots a cartridge into the blade so it won't cut your hand off, which is nice. I do like my fingers. The not nice part about it is if you accidentally trigger it, you have to pay $100, which is reasonable because that cartridge is expensive. You just obviously don't want to do that if you can avoid it. So they don't allow any metal, no metal fasteners, no reclaimed wood in there otherwise, because that greatly increases the chance of that happening. But they had, it's like Powermatic, big old planers, several bandsaws, like 5 or 6 bandsaws, wood lathes, all kinds of crazy stuff. You gotta take a separate class to use the lathes. But they had us use, just square up a board to get you comfortable. I've used most of that machinery before. I have some of it in my garage, smaller versions of it. But, you started with a joiner to get 2 sides. Well, no, you started with a miter saw to cut a piece of board off, then a joiner to get 2 sides, then a planer, then the table saw to get the last side. And that was good. Because I've used a lot of that stuff, but I've never had actually anyone explain to me the safety thing. I mean, I knew about kickback on the table saw, because I've used the small little table saws before. And I knew kind of to avoid it, but I never had a good explanation of it. Yeah, I was running some that was 5-axis and had a 62 tool changer on it. Was running 125-page programs cutting international flywheel housing for a truck. Yeah. Yeah, I bet that's one of those things, man. If something is off just a little bit, it's really got to suck. Doing that when 9/11 happened. Oh, wow, okay. It was a while ago. So, Duffman, how long were your jobs, like, to cut one piece? I'm assuming quite a few hours? And I don't know how that works. I guess, is there any kind of finishing? Like, with wood you would do sanding after. Obviously, I don't think you're going to sand that. So it's all finished with consecutively finer detailed bits on the machine, I'm guessing. Maybe is there polishing that goes into it? I guess there might be a polishing bit. 20 parts a day, but I was running 2 machines. Okay. So Fat Red Foo, I don't know if you're still in here. I'm guessing you are, but those trees came out pretty good, man. How are you feeling about them? They got an interesting look to them. I like the texture on them, I should say. Rough mill and a 12-inch finishing mill that cut the cast. Okay. So you were doing cast aluminum. Did you do any stainless steel at all? And Fat Red Foo, I'm working on them now. Okay, cool. What are you doing? You adding some more paint? Maybe a wash? I was thinking a dark brown wash might look good on that. Eldor says, oh yes, I've worked on old lathes, metal lathes, drill press, bandsaw, compound saws, dimension saws. Yep. Saw one, you saw them all. Just don't saw your fingers, man. That's the trick. Trying to figure out how I want the moss to look. Yeah. Yeah, moss can be a little hit or miss sometimes, but it usually looks pretty good no matter what. Oh no, flock the moss. All 10 digits, perfect, man. That's the goal right there. Ed, I'm pretty sure it's 1/12, or pretty close. I was thinking wash, not sure what color. Yeah, you know, you don't have to do all the same color on those trees. You could do a little green wash here and there, brown wash here and there. You know, vary the lightness and darkness of the brown and kind of layer it in. It's going to look fine, you know, muddling it up and mixing it up. You could do a black wash, but it's going to be very stark and like, I don't know. I wouldn't use black probably for that. Oh, 1/18, 1/12. Okay. So Ed, I spent a couple of hours playing around with the plugins for OBS to do guests and have people on occasionally. I don't know if I would have them on this particular, like the Friday night chill, but maybe I'd do a day here or there that it'd be nice to have the option. And it was just like, I didn't like it at all. It was very, very manual. So I think I'm going to, you have to like, each person is an individual link. You know, they join this room and then you have to take their link and make a window for them in OBS. You almost need like a producer going. There might be an easier way to do it, but you know, like I said, I dedicated about an hour and a half to it. It kept crashing. I was having lag problems. So I think I'm just going to go and bite the bullet and try the StreamYards. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get as much flexibility with the cameras, but I won't know until I try. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that. I don't know, just because it'd be nice to have someone else making something occasionally. It opens up some more options for things I can do with the stream sometimes. Duffman says he was running an old manual vertical turret lathe cutting 72-inch pipe fittings made of copper, nickel. Yeah, expensive. Have worked with any kind of metal you could think of. Right on. OBS crashes a lot, StreamYard's a bit. So I have no crashes at all with OBS doing this stream, but it's just me. And so everything's local, and then I just pipe it over to YouTube, and it works really well. But yeah, I think for guests, I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna go with the old StreamYards. They do have a free version, but there's some pretty strong limitations on it. You know, but I don't need to use it for every stream. I could use it just for certain streams. What ratio should I use on a wash? You know, it's very different depending on the thickness of your paint. I don't really pay attention to the ratio so much as I keep a little paper towel there when I'm mixing it, and then I just take my brush, dip it in the wash, and you want, I don't know how to put it, you know, I just see how much color it looks like there's in the wash when I touch the paper towel with the brush. You don't want it to be super thin, but you can always put on another wash or a second wash over and over again, you know, if the first one wasn't enough. But if it's very, you know, I don't know, 3-to-1 maybe, that might not be thin enough though. I'm not really sure, man. Don't get me to lying. This may come as a surprise to you, but I just kind of wing it. Yeah, there you go. Duffman, exactly. Just play with them until you're happy how they look. No Mod Podge, Fat Red Food, but if you're doing about like 4 to 6 ounces of water, I'd put maybe 2 drops of dish soap in there. Action Joe Figs. Hello everyone, just checking in on your work, man. It's great. Thank you very much, Joe. Action Joe. Appreciate it. Just painting stuff gray. Lots and lots of gray. Ha ha, Eldor. Fat Red Food can show you how to make the foliage on those trees out of sponges. Nice. Why am I using this brush when I know I'm going to get it on? This brush is too big for this little piece. I'm being freaking stubborn. Alright, stop that. Stop it. Wait for the next pass, use the detail brush, John. Okay. keep practicing my stuff, trying to improve on my patience is the big thing. It really is. It really, really is. I remember when I was younger, I had a hard time waiting on like coats of paint to dry, or I would try to skip coats. I just wanted to be done immediately, and it just doesn't work very well. It's very frustrating. It actually becomes slower to get a decent result if you don't have some patience with the process of everything. What's that saying? I think it's a military saying, or it's like slow is smooth, smooth is fast, or something like that. I don't know who the heck said that. Some motivational speaker I've heard or something. But yeah, it's very, very true. Just like if you're, learning any kind of music or something like that, learning to play an instrument, you learn how to play it very slowly first, and then you can speed up over time. So take your time at first. It'll get quicker. Okay, I need a better setup here to put these. What am I doing? Let's get all of these parts out of the way for now. Damn it, I wasn't supposed to paint this whole thing. I was trying to leave a spot open like that for the glue. Oh well. Hopefully the glue will adhere just as well. It probably won't, but that'll be alright. Whoops. Oh, and I missed this side too. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Yeah, a lot of truth in that. They use that line in Tombstone? What? I've seen Tombstone so many times, and I do not remember that line in there anywhere. Who says it? I'm your Huckleberry. Wyatt says it right before the OK Corral shootout. Okay. Yeah, I could see. I don't remember him saying it, but that does make sense. Like trying to get everyone in the mood. I just remember him saying something about Doc Holliday giving him the shotgun so he'll be less apt to get nervy on the street howitzer or something like that. Good movie though. Really, really love that movie. Great movie, really. characters are so memorable. I can't. You're no Daisy at all. Yeah, I've seen that movie a bunch of times, but it's been a while. I had it on VHS, and I got rid of all my VHSs years ago, and I wish I didn't do that, but I did. There's a bunch of movies I haven't seen in a long time because I don't have them anymore. Make haste slowly. Okay. What kind of glue do you recommend to glue pieces together? There's a bunch of different kinds, but I probably use Aleene's Tacky Glue the most for foam. And the wood bits too. Absolutely, man. Briscoe says Kevin Costner was in the movie Wyatt Earp. Yeah, I remember that. It's pretty close. And it wasn't a bad movie. Yeah, it was a pretty good movie. Probably not as well known, or didn't get like the cult-like following that Tombstone did. I haven't seen it in a long time. I had it on VHS. I want to see The Postman. It's been a while. I like the post-apocalyptic movies like that. Also, Waterworld. A lot of people, they said Waterworld didn't do good. I used to love that movie. Great movie if you're into that dystopian kind of vibe. I think it probably didn't do super hot at the box office or something like that, which I think usually movies I like don't do that well at the box office. Postman is great. Yeah. I love Postman and Waterworld. Yeah, both good movies. Fast is fine, but accuracy is final. In a gunfight, you need to take your time in a hurry. Yeah. Words to live by, literally, I suppose. So most of you guys in here probably already know that I'm going to be on the Helidope Toy Podcast YouTube show, whatever you want to call that. That's coming up on Sunday. Always fun to hang out with Aaron and Ted over there at Helidope. I'm sure I'll harass Ted about making some more Mossman episodes. I call it's the Adventures of Skeletor. There are people just talk about Mossman now. They don't even talk about Skeletor, which is kind of funny. But yeah, on Sunday, that'll be cool. I was planning on having these done by then. I don't know if I'll manage to do that or not. I got it wrote down. I really got to start. I got to do a new YouTube video. It's been like 2 months since I put a YouTube video out. It was on that console down there, the bigger one behind Deadpool. I think I'm going to do a quick, like the hover scooter build that we did on the other stream. Some of you guys were here for that. I think I'll do something similar to that and do a full build on YouTube. I think that might be kind of cool. Waterworld is a classic for sure. There's a 3-hour director cut of Waterworld. I didn't know that, Briscoe. I've never seen that, I don't think. Maybe. No, I don't think so. I've never seen the newer Mad Max film, Axion, but I'd be open to it. One film, I don't know if everyone liked it, but I actually kind of liked it a little bit, was the Judge Dredd they remade. With the guy, I don't remember his name, but he was Bones in the newer Star Trek movie, you know, when they redid Star Trek, the reboot, and then he was like Éomer in Lord of the Rings. But that Judge Dredd, it wasn't bad. Hey, Not So Super Mario, what's up, man? Road Warrior's great. Yeah, I had all those on VHS too, and I gave them all away. Re-releasing The Abyss, no kidding. Dude. What's up, Brick Something? How you doing, man? The Brickster. Brick, do you still buy a lot of Legos? Just wondering. I was walking through Walmart the other day. I noticed they had, and it might be local, but they had the, I think I don't know if it was the Star Wars Advent Calendar or just the regular Advent Calendar on clearance for $20. A little early for that, but all right. Do buy, but my personal purchases have slowed. The kids are getting stuff. Right on, right on. I do like Legos. Or I should say I really used to like Legos a long time ago. I've done some, I don't know, maybe a few years back, 4 or 5 years back. But I feel like if I do that, I won't be able to, it's the same headspace as doing this. And so I kind of don't want to split my effort. I actually had a company reach out to me that does book nooks, little book nook kits and stuff, and they wanted to see if I was interested in, them sending me some product and me doing some of that. And I haven't decided. I don't know. If I do that, I'm going to get caught up doing that because that stuff takes a lot of time. There's lots of pieces. It looks really cool. And I actually have one that I bought a long time ago. I still haven't put together because I thought, if I put one together, I'll get ideas for how they assemble these pieces, and maybe it'll give me some design ideas, which is still a good idea. But I don't know how long that thing would take. It's probably like 10 hours minimum, probably about 10 hours. Lots of little pieces in that one. Maybe I'm going long on, maybe 6 hours, 5 hours. I'm not sure. Might be more though. Ted Darklaw. What's up, Ted Darklaw? How you doing, man? For anyone that didn't hear me earlier, I'm going to be hanging out with Ted and his partner Aaron on the Hella Dope stream on Sunday. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be prepared for some kind of specific topics that I'll look at the last possible minute. No, I'm kidding, but yeah, I'm horrible at preparing for stuff, as you guys know. Oh, cool. Yeah, Brick Something. Having the whole collection like that is definitely cool with the Legos, there's no doubt. Some of those book nook kits are really cool, Ed. Yeah, there's really cool. Like this one I have, I think it's like Kiki's Magic something. I don't know. But it's got lights, it's got wood and papercraft, and yeah, I didn't expect all that when I ordered it. I didn't think it was going to come with an LED kit and everything, but it has everything in there. Comes with the glue. So it's a very complete kit. What am I doing here? Okay. Kiki's Magic Delivery Service. I think it might be that, Brick. Let me see. Let me check on it real quick. Just hit 200 subscribers. Payne's Toy Samples. Good. Congratulations, Aaron, for sure. Very cool. Very, very cool. You know, it's a slog, man, getting those subs in, especially live streaming, right? It's very difficult to gain subs live streaming, but you get great engagement and you know, you get watch time hours too, obviously. And I think it's a lot of fun. It's cool talking to people and the whole bit that comes along with the live streaming thing. They remind me of my old red Nintendo DS. No one has said that, Brick, but yeah, I totally could get that. And I know they had those, like those Game Boy, what was it? Play and Watch? Because before they had actual Game Boy, there was like those little LCD, I think it was Play and Watch. I always wanted one, I could never get one. They were in the gold with the red, and then they redid some like mini Game Boys one year. I remember they had them for like Black Friday or something, those little mini ones. They were like $29 or something, which I'm sure they're $150 now. Game Watch. Yeah, I think that might be it. Is it Game Watch or Play and Watch? I don't know, I'll have to look it up. But it was in the 80s, and I wanted one so bad, but my parents would never buy me one. I did get the first Game Boy, though, and that was cool. But that was right around the same time before the Super Soakers came out in the 90s. I don't know if you remember those like machine gun water guns that they were painted all black. There was no orange tip on them, and it had the, you know, the electric motor. I always wanted one of those, too. I never got one. Best music and ideas. Yeah, we got the chill music here. Game and Watch with the gray screen. Yup, I think that's it. Game and Watch. Enertech the gun. Yeah, dude, the Enertechs. Man, I never had one of those. I wanted one so bad. I kept asking, and I remember my dad a few years bought me like just some cheap squirt guns because I want that. Can I get that? And he's like, yeah, sure. Here you go. It's like 99-cent squirt guns he give me. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see what model kit I have. I also have a Black Pearl, like flat packed paper model. Let me put these over here. That looks really cool too, and I need to put together. It's big, and yeah, it's pretty sweet. Hold up. Okay, no, it's a Queen Anne's Revenge. It's not Lego. And this is the one I have, Kiki's Magic Emporium. And you could see it's got lots of crazy details in there. And I'll open it up here real quick. But let's take a look inside here. So this one too, look, it comes with a whole lighting kit. All the LEDs, battery pack. Wow, there's a lot more LEDs in here than I thought there was. But yeah, it's just, you know, cardboard. But this thing is pretty big, actually. This probably wouldn't take too long to put together, I wouldn't think. I say that now, but it's gotta look cool with all the lights and stuff on it. Yeah, look, they have all these different ones too. I wonder what the measurements on this thing is done. I think it was like 30 something inches, or yeah, I think it's pretty big. And yeah, this guy, I still haven't put this thing together. This was crazy what they had in here. So this is like a nice paper, little paper boxes and cutouts. You got all this stuff, bunch of parts, windows. Good grief. More LEDs, beads. I don't even know what all that is. Tweezers, comes with its own tweezers. How handy is that? And look at all this crap. And this is pretty, you know, pretty thick. Bits of wood in here. Cool little baubles, little bottles and stuff. You could use this stuff for like any diorama, really. Got like all this. Look at that wizard's hat. That's sweet. Little magic book, mirror. Oh, that's just a picture. It's not a mirror. Picture frame. Comes with the glue. I thought that was too cool. I've never bought a model kit before that came with the glue that I could think of. Very nicely printed little documents and stuff. I think it's all perforated. And then, yeah, just instructions. Oh no. Is that a... I'm not sure if this is a map for how to do stuff or if this is actually... No, yeah, it's a map, like a part map. And you got some transparencies in here too, so... I think this would take quite some time to put together. It's a dio, yeah. 90s or classic rock, that's when it hit me. Yeah, that happened a while ago too, Pain. But anywho, one of these days I'll put that together. Definitely looks like it would be cool, and I feel like just putting those pieces together and seeing how they did some of that would give me some ideas for designing some other stuff. The wizard's hat looked like it was close to 1/12, but probably 1/18. You know, somewhere in between those two. Chili Peppers is on the oldies station? Wow. Yeah. The Clash is old, dude. Super old. Now we're going to paint another desk gray. More gray. Doing lots of 10 items at the same time is it's interesting. In some ways it's really nice, but the painting the same thing the same way 10 times in a row, and all of this requires 2 coats on every color at a minimum. Usually 2 coats and then maybe a little touch up. So yeah, need to have something going while I'm doing that. I got a Crunchyroll on Amazon. They got me. I've avoided it for a long time, but it popped up on there. I didn't know that they had it available on Amazon, and so I've been running through some anime on there. In the background while working on stuff. We'd get bored with it being grayscale, yeah. Brick something, Log Horizon, which I saw a long time ago, the first season when it came out, and then it was years later when the second season came out, and now this is like 4 or 5 years later that the third season came out. I used to play a lot of MMOs, Ultima Online being the primary one, so I really like I like those animes that are about gaming like that. Stuck in the game world. It's kind of cliche now, but enjoyable. Super nerdy. I have toyed with the idea of watching One Piece, but I'm just not going to commit to it. It's just too much. I did watch Bleach all the way through a long time ago. Naruto, partially. I stopped somewhere in the war or something like that. All right, Aaron, you have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. Duffman, we need you to maximize your production. I got to order on 1,000 consoles. I need them by Christmas. Well, Duffman, you can direct them to my Etsy store, and they could buy the last 4 that are sitting in there first, and then we can get started on those 1,000 consoles. Absolutely no problem. You just let me know, buddy. We will make that happen. Washing machine? Eldor, you have a washing machine? Have you seen the anime Wizardry from the early 90s? I don't think so. I remember the game Wizardry, but I don't think I've seen an anime named Wizardry. I remember Record of the Lodos War. Early 90s, Record of the Lodos War, MD Geist. Those are movies, though, I think. Well, Lodos War is like a series, I think. I'm not sure. I watched it in a comic shop while we were playing Warhammer Quest, I think. Swivel chairs cost extra, Duffman. They're in production. Isn't that what all these toy makers do? They take money from people and then they're like, oh yeah, just give me your money. We'll send you product one of these days. Don't worry about it. Swivel chairs in the mail, Duffman. It's in the mail. Just give me your, non-refundable $200 deposit. No, I'm kidding. Well, maybe I'm not totally kidding, but I don't think there's too much of that going on. I think it's based off the game Wizardry. Yeah, that would make sense. Ted Darklaw, that sounds like me. I'm not. No, Ted, not you. Not you, not you. I said toy makers, not toy resellers. There's a difference. The toy resellers can kind of like disappear. You're still going to be sitting there trying to sell toys. It wouldn't work very well for your business model. Crowdfunding. Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. He said that Ed is like, nope, that's about the state of action figures now. Give me your money. We'll give you something eventually. Eventually. There's some guy in an office crunching the numbers somewhere like, well, if we wait 3 years to actually deliver the figures, 15% of these old guys are going to be dead. We just get to keep the money. Oh, this is freaking great. Yeah. I bet you someone's done that calculation. Wouldn't put it past them. Made of all bubblegum. Maybe. So, so that place I went to, I did that little woodshop class in. It's basically a maker space. And I went to, they just have like random little classes you could sign up for. And there was a guy there who's worked on a bunch of, short films, and he's done camera work and all that kind of stuff. And he was doing a 3-point photography, lighting class for photography and videos. And I was like, man, you know what? I need to get better at my lighting for action figure photography or just photographing my dioramas. And it's crazy. Like, I've been doing that for quite some time, quite a few years. Not like super serious about it, but I've taken some pictures here and there. And just sitting in there with him for like 2 hours, I learned more stuff. I didn't think I was gonna. I've watched YouTube videos on the stuff, but having a guy there telling me, especially because I already knew some of it vaguely, super, super helpful. Things I just didn't know before. I didn't realize there was an adjustment on my camera for my freaking prescription lenses through the viewfinder. I barely use the viewfinder because I can't see where the crap. I mean, I do sometimes, but yeah, I didn't know how to read the little histogram chart on the back. I knew that, when it's too high, it's no good. It's like, redlining with sound. I didn't realize that it actually, like, it reads from left to right on the picture. So wherever that spike is where on the picture the light source is. So if you have like a picture and then you have your histogram and there's like a bright sun right here, your histogram's going to look like this, and it's going to show, and let's say there's like a light here that's bright but not as bright, it'll go up a little. So it'll show, boom, you have a blown out spot right here, and then just a little bit there. I had no idea they were relative to each other. It's like, wow, it's crazy. Off to bed. Okay, Duffman, have a good night, man. Like that old Saturday Night's Live skit with Dan Aykroyd, Bag of Glass. I don't remember that one. I didn't see a lot of Dan Aykroyd on there, honestly. Might have been a little too young for that. I did watch, like, Johnny Carson with my grandpa, and he also liked watching Arsenio Hall. Yeah, Johnny Carson was great. And he did it right, too. He didn't let the studio screw him over. He owned that show, or had ownership rights to at least a big portion of it. Back in the day, it wasn't a show like that, but my grandpa also liked the Benny Hill Show, and the Benny Hill Show was funny. I haven't seen that in a long time, but actually, I remember laughing quite a bit to that. Ed McMahon was always drunk or high screw around. Oh, yeah. I wonder, because they were from that generation, I think. I wonder if Johnny Carson fought in the war. I don't know. Testing a greenwash, seeing where gravity takes it. Yeah. Yeah, play with it. Play with it, Fat Red Foo. I would go probably a little darker green. But it'll all look good. You can use a little of everything. The dish soap is really important if you want it to sink into the cracks. It helps quite a bit as opposed to not having a dish soap. Can't mess it up because you could just go back over it. Exactly, Ed. Exactly. And no matter where you are with anything you're doing, there's always room for improvement. So you just make what you can make, try to do the best you can, get done with it, move on to the next one. I think Carson was in the Navy and McMahon was in the Army. Yeah. I mean, that whole generation, pretty much all those guys. I lived with my grandparents for a while, and obviously they were already pretty old at that point, 70s or something. But the whole block, we were in Brooklyn, and that, like, just up and down the block, it was all people from their generation still there, and they just, you know, it was just different, so different. They would all sit out on a stoop or on their little folding chairs, read the paper, you know, go for walks, talk to each other, have barbecues and stuff together. A lot different than the way people are now. Galifianakis between two ferns, yeah, he's crazy. Yeah, the animal segments, I remember that too. The animals would just go nuts. I haven't watched it in a long time. It's good stuff though. Okay. What do I want? What do I want? I want some seltzer, man. Put this camera back on. Hold on. Come on, dude. Give me a little slack. There we go. These are really cool. I'm gonna definitely make some more of these. Just gonna try to get continually a little bit more complicated with the controls I put on stuff. Although more complicated takes more time to paint and more gluing and stuff, but you know, you gotta step it up a little. It's no fun if you don't try to improve a little bit each time. You don't have to do a lot, just improve a little bit each time, or get a little bit more complex on something, refine something a little bit. Alright, put this up here. Deadpool's kind of giving me like a Conan vibe, like when he's in the throne. There are clips of the Carson show on YouTube. They are great to watch. Yeah, Briscoe. I need to do a little bit of that. That'd be something good when I'm hanging out with Mom too. Spend some time with her. I'm sure she'd like to see some old Johnny Carson clips. Those 2-layer dealies are cool. Which ones? Oh, yeah. Okay, these guys. Yeah, it's actually 3 with the buttons on the bottom there. It has a 3rd layer. But yeah, just little doohickeys or greeblies or whatever they call them. If I made, 4 or 5 or 6 of these, painted them up and put them on something, it would look really sweet. Repetition looks good. Repetitive looking items like on controls and stuff look really cool. Wow. Yeah, it does look nautical. For sure. I like watching the Dick Cavett show clips. I'm not even familiar with that, Briscoe. Same time frame? Good call on the green, by the way. Cool. You like the way it came out? Green looks good on trees. It breaks up the boringness of the brown in the bark for sure. Yeah, same time frame. Lots of celebrity guests debating social issues from that time. Nice. Oiler? Yeah. Yeah, what'd you use for the texture? It looks like, was it like toilet paper or paper towel or newspaper and plaster, or probably like Mod Podge and or like white glue mixed with something? And like I've said before, I've gotten tons of ideas from oilers, for sure. Kleenex, Mod Podge, and water. Yeah. Yup. You can do a lot with that. I used to use plaster too. But plaster flakes. If you use a lot of glue with it or put a heavy glue coat on top of it, it kind of holds it together. I used to also use something called hydrocal. It's like a type of plaster. It's a little more sturdy. Model railroading stuff. More gray. Wired, yeah. A dowel rod, cool. Yeah, it's pretty sturdy. Whoops. Again, I painted right over where I was trying not to paint. That's okay. Pop them out, flip it upside down. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's good because you need to be able to ship it or store it or move it around. Mr. Wonderful, hey Travis. Just sliding in to say hello. Well, thank you for coming by and saying hello, man. Just working on painting stuff gray. All gray. All the time. Good stuff, man. Yeah, all you can do is adjust and move forward. Yeah, let it dry. So fat red foo, it's gonna be. It almost always looks better wet with a wash than when it dries. It pops more. It's got that slick look to it, and all that goes away. It's gonna get a little bit duller, and the color is gonna be not as noticeable. It won't pop out quite as much. But like I said, you can always put a little bit more, or you can do like a highlight over it in certain spots. You know what? This paint is pissing me off. I should have shaked the damn thing better. 24 by 24 by 24 curing box. That's a big old curing box, dude. You're gonna forget to dip in the good paint puddle or some point. Yeah, that's probably true, Ed. But by the time I do that, enough of the water will evaporate out of it, and it'll be thicker, maybe. Or maybe not. Design a hexa-stack drying rack for my stand so I could set. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Broman. What's up, Broman? Love the control panels. Thank you very much. Thank you. These are the desk ones, actually, that I'm doing now. This is not the final model. I'm going to make a couple of changes to it, but this is what these are going to look like. So basically, these are like a workbench or a desk, but it also has some panels and beeps and boops on the top there to still see what's going on. I think it's a pretty nice compliment for this piece. They go together well. You'd see them in the same spot or workshop or something like that. Thank you, Travis. Ed Chase was living. I've done some 1/6 scale commissions back when I was taking commissions, but it's been a little while. It's been a little while. I might again at some point. I'm now out of work and can properly hang. All right, Ted. You're now out of work and you can finally hang your head down and fall asleep somewhere, probably. But congratulations on being done. My eyesight sucks. I don't know how you guys can do these smaller scales when it comes to painting. Yeah, like, my eyesight is getting worse every year, too. But it used to be really good up close. Really good up close. Now, not as much. I need a lot of light. And, oh, I actually bought a magnifying glass. I have a magnifying glass on an arm. I just haven't put it together yet. Although I don't know if it's going to be good for the stream, because it's going to get in the way of the camera. So I might still get the magnifier lenses. I'm just glad I make it to this. I keep missing them. Yeah, Ted, man, the timing is crazy. This time is nuts. I don't expect everyone to just stay up and watch it. So it's totally cool, man. I understand. Glad you're here. You have a lot of orders tonight, Ted? What you sipping on? Ted's been a good boy lately. Ted has been sipping on a lot of water, I've noticed lately. Budweiser. There are a lot of orders. They are not getting packed until tomorrow morning, though. Right on. Yeah, holiday season, man, and you guys are in a much better place, I'm sure, than you were last year. A lot more recognition and build the snowball. Oh, Ted, hey, this is crazy. I didn't respond to her either, and she hit me up a few days ago. This lady that works for a manufacturing company, and it's a Chinese company, but she used to send me stuff sometimes to do Amazon videos on. Some of the stuff is pretty cool, you know, but she contacted me about, she wanted to send me a dye sublimation mug press. So I thought that was kind of funny. I don't have a dye sub printer to test it, but I could order. I'm sure they'll give me a little allowance to buy some of the mugs and some of the printouts. You can order them pre-printed. You don't have to necessarily have the printer, although it's better to have the printer. But it was just funny. Kind of gave me a chuckle. I'll probably do it. I need to email her tonight, actually. Yeah, a mug press. Yeah, that's a thing. It's like a heat press, but in the shape of a mug. You know, it's all. Just instead of being flat to put t-shirts on, and they have the rounded ones that you could do hats, this is just in the shape of a mug. Let's do business random. I don't have the printer for it. I know you need someone to make those mugs, though, that's for sure. But hey, speaking of mugs, I'm waiting on my mug still. Yeah, we don't need to put this on me. We need to put this on you, Ted. The people want to know. When are we getting our mugs, man? The one I made Largo is unique. Is your daughter, is she revolting against you? Is it just not going to happen? She's on strike? There's a list after what I learned yesterday. It's sketchy if I can keep them going. Yeah. I mean, you've been giving them away for free, I think, right? Which is you know, more pricey, I'm sure, than people think in any kind of quantity. And Ted, what's going on, man? You don't know how to bribe your daughter? Surely you do. There's got to be something that she likes that you can kind of trade her or something. Different model that isn't handmade, yeah. Yeah, it is. It'll be, any of those newer mugs will be like the second edition. It won't be the OG hella dope handmade mug. But people will still want them. They'll still be happy to get them, too. Grief, these things go on and on. Might make a mini dio in memory of my grandpa. That would be cool, man. That would be cool. Once I get done with the effing trees. Axion, I've almost put my brush in that. Have you been watching? Have you been watching my, like, almost go there like 10 or 15 times now in the wrong puddle. I saw red now. Wasn't hoping to jinx you. Right on. Yeah, it loses the fluffy look. And Fat Red Food, that's the same with... I told you if you really want to get flock to stick down, you can spray it with a watered-down Mod Podge out of a spray gun after. And it will... It just depends. It usually will look mostly flocky still, but it'll lose a little bit of it. It'll look just a little bit different, but it just depends on the flock and how much Mod Podge you put on there. It does take quite a while to dry though, because it's so watered down. Essentially, you're putting way more water on there, so it takes... I've had some take 24 hours to dry. Maybe even more when I think about it. Quite some time. All right, Eldor. Have a good night, man. It is about to be almost 1 o'clock. Okay. Yes, that red food. You can put multiple layers of wash on. Absolutely. Deadpool demands a swivel chair. I think I need to charge the battery on that thing. Yeah, the battery's going on it, unfortunately. Let me plug it in real quick. All right. Yeah, it's got to charge up. It's got an onboard lithium-ion battery. I bought that for doing product videos on Instagram. Notice the paint-free section on the top. I only messed up on one. Mesh where it's supposed to be. Okay. I'll use the detail brush for that. Nah, I don't really like the pewter gray that much. I have it here, but no, this is deep gray. Pewter gray is a little lighter. Pretty sure it is. Oh no. Too much paint on my hands. Alright, now this is what we're doing. Yeah. I get them at Michael's. And I use them in a trio. I find they work pretty good for stone. We got the deep gray as the dark gray as the medium, and then just gray. Where's pewter? Folk art has like medium gray. I don't know, I just like the colors of these. And they're cheap too, which is nice. That's not why I buy them. I used to use this a lot too, Dolphin Gray. Al Figures, I think, is the one that turned me on to Dolphin Gray back in the day, a long time ago. It's good for cement. I don't even know. I'm kind of spread out now. I have tons of organizers, and I still don't have enough spots to put all the paint. Steel Gray. Dark Granite. Good God. Oh, there's the pewter. Pewter Gray. Yeah, it's lighter, for sure. I like Dolphin Gray, Elephant Gray, Apple Barrel, yeah. I don't really know, man. I would guess... I don't know. Warm, I think. Yeah, exactly, Ed. It's just kind of like off-putting. It doesn't look like stone. Color theory. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure with these. It does look warm though. It's hard to say. Kind of hard to say sometimes unless there's something right next to it. Gotta make my drive home. Ted, you're not working at home, or you were actually at work? tiny bit on the sci-fi mining ideas, but I need to just finish these stupid things right now. I wanted to have them wrapped up by the time I got on Hella Dope on Sunday, but I don't know, that could happen. Maybe. I have to do a lot of designing and laser cutting of all the buttons and stuff tomorrow. And then gluing and then painting. So, we'll see. But maybe I'll finish up like a couple of them. And then after that, I'll look on to the next project. But really, I really need to film a YouTube video, so I should probably do that hover bike video or vehicle. And then something else. Still got to do the day job. Oh, sure. Yes, Fat Red Foo, I do know that. I have some markers for cool and warm tones when I do studies before I paint something. Not that I do a lot of painting, but for storyboarding and but yes, I know. Futuristic mining on asteroids or off-world planets, yeah. The Expanse would be a good reference for a lot of that stuff, probably. Mansplain. Have I done? This is number 8. 8 of 10, and then I gotta go through and do another coat of gray on all this stuff I just painted, and then I'll get the detail brush and do like the edges of these drawers and spots that I couldn't reach easily with this. Black Knight, what's up, Black Knight? Man, if I stay on here late enough, everyone just starts popping up. Just getting home from work? Yeah, man. That's crazy. And that looks like you're saying no. F you. Just an idea of something we were talking about the other night. It wasn't on the stream, Fat Red Foo. We were just privately talking about it. Right, of course. Look, I'm sick of these lazy ass crew members we got around here. Freaking complaining. Ed, you've spent enough time in your damn chair. You can stand at your console and you'll be fine. Handrails in the engine room. What do you need handrails for? Got engine everywhere. If you go flying, you're gonna hit that. Yeah, no OSHA in space. We went to space to get away from OSHA. Ed, are you familiar with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? We sent all the OSHA workers along with the telephone sanitizers, hairdressers, and what was it? Divorce attorneys or something. I don't know if you remember, there was this ship that they were evacuating. Like, you had all these different arcs. They told them they were going on a journey or something. They had to leave the planet. And it turns out they were just trying to purge all of their middlemen from their society. So there were, so many, 3 arcs where different types of people went to, but the other 2 didn't really exist. They just got all the telephone all the middlemen and useless people on one boat and just sent them to some random planet, which later became the human race on Earth. Yes, sir, of course. Yep, get rid of them wasted people. I need to read that again. That is such a freaking great series. Don't forget your towels. Nope, you gotta have one. I have a sticker on top of my computer monitor back there for more than 10 years that says "Don't panic." Yeah. Yeah, and I've read it. I read it in my mid-20s again. But yeah, I read it a few times as a teenager. See if that bad paint is thickened up at all. Yeah, it's something like that. It's not too many Fat Red Foo, and you can buy them all in one book. I have one big leather-bound book that it all has all of them in it. Do I want to do another one? It's 123. No, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. 123, we got 8 of them painted. First coat. I'll have to do the second coat. Been on here for 2 hours and 39 minutes and 43 seconds, so that's not too bad. I'm gonna get a snack. It's kind of late for a snack. I don't know what I'm gonna get. I could have my off-stream banana. Maybe I'll do that. So that's it. 20 more minutes. I know. I could do another table. It would be another 20 minutes. It would take it to 3 hours, but that's all right. I'm okay with 2 hours and 40 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead. We've been going that long. Yeah, man. This one went pretty quick, even though I did the same thing over and over again. But I guess that, people were pretty active in the chat. Somehow there's actually 10 people still here at 1 o'clock in the morning, or 1:24 in the morning, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, good stream. Fat Red Foo is thanking everyone for the help. Very cool. Awesome. It's nice to see everyone helping each other out with the little tips. And I will see you guys next week. I'm going to be on Hella Dope on Sunday, coming up in 2 days. Hope everyone has a really great weekend, and thanks for coming by.